Jeffrey Epstein's ex-girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell, was granted limited immunity.
It's not surprising at all. She got limited immunity. She's protected from what she says.
Trump has been told by his own attorney general that his name does appear in those Epstein files multiple times.
Trump's DOJ has now offered Jeffrey Epstein's biggest sidekick partial immunity and left the door open for a pardon as well, that being Ghislaine Maxwell, of course. And we're going to discuss the what and the why in this CNN segment. So take a moment first if you can, leave us a like. It helps us out in the algorithm. It lets us know you enjoy the content. And let's hop right into the panel.
Jeffrey Epstein's ex-girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell, was granted limited immunity in order to talk with Trump's personal attorney turned Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche. Now, what did this mean, this limited immunity? Well, it allowed Maxwell to provide information without any fear that anything she said that is truthful can be used against her in the future. Maxwell is, of course, serving a 20-year sentence in connections with Epstein's sex crimes. It is a conviction she's actually in the process of appealing. And after the second day of these unusual meetings between Maxwell and the Trump Department of Justice, Maxwell's attorney just said this about a potential pardon from Trump.
We haven't spoken to the president or anybody about a pardon just yet. And you know, listen, the president this morning said he had the power to do so. We hope he exercises that power in the right and just way.
Trump, who, for reference of his character when speaking about women, has called women of all shades of brown nasty, vile things for nothing, much less than aiding a PDF file ring, was asked about this sick, disgusting woman and giving her a pardon, and all he could say was, well, I have the ability to do so if I want to. It's crazy that he can't just condemn this kind of stuff, and these are the people who MAGA surrounds himself with and supports, from wishing her well after her arrest to now discussing pardoning her. It's crazy how fast conservatives have fallen from, well, first off, the release the Epstein list party and also the pro-law and order party in this country. There's also parallels here, which we'll get into as the video goes on. Trump was equally sort of inconspicuous when discussing the potential pardons of Paul Manafort, Roger Stone, all in his first term, constantly leaving the door open in a similar manner before eventually doing it in a sweeping manner before leaving office. So it kind of calls in the question if this is what's happening here.
I don't want to talk about pardons for Michael Flynn yet.
You pardon Paul Manafort? I have not even given it a thought as of this moment.
Roger Stone, are you going to pardon him, sir? He's been convicted of felonies.
Am I going to pardon him? Well, I hadn't thought of it. I think it's very tough what they did to Roger Stone.
Flynn, Manafort, and Stone were all eventually pardoned by Trump. And tonight, we are also learning new details about what Team Trump wanted to know over these past 2 days of talks with Maxwell.
She was asked maybe about 100 different people. She answered questions about everybody, and she didn't hold anything back.
So let's start with what I think is going on. I think Trump is clearly digging up for dirt here on ostensible Democrats, likely Bill Clinton, other names like that. So whenever the nuke inevitably does drop and his name is in it and all of this, he can just direct MAGA to only focus on the Democrats on the list, or so MAGA can then both sides the issue as a way to save face and still support Trump, because they'll never give that up, let's be honest. So he's probably asking for names like that, like Clinton, Obama, whoever he thinks might be on there. But again, I wouldn't be surprised if he's like, give me the real dirt, give me something good, and I'll pardon you. And then he goes on and does, right? He did this for multiple people in his first term, as we discussed, including those who helped him obstruct the Russia investigation, but for numerous others as well. Steve Bannon, right, for instance. And he's only upped the ante this time around with the J6ers and the crypto bro up pardon. So who knows where he'll stop.
Trump has been told by his own attorney general that his name does appear in those Epstein files multiple times. Out front now, Paula Reid. And Paula, the breaking news here is this limited immunity. So Maxwell talks for 2 days. She's got an appeal in the system. So limited immunity has huge value. Huge value. Yeah. And nothing she said can now be used against her. So is a pardon in the offing?
Well, it's unclear if a pardon is on the table. I think you're really smart to recall what Trump has said previously before issuing pardons. But Maxwell's in a different league. First of all, you would never put a client across from the Justice Department in a situation like this, where she has been convicted of sex trafficking minors, is appealing that conviction. You would never put them across from the Deputy Attorney General without some form of immunity. So it's not surprising at all. She got limited immunity. She's protected from what she says, unless she lies. But her lawyer insists that she has answered truthfully and that she can corroborate the things that she has said. When it comes to a pardon, though, that is a risk for this administration to do a commutation or a pardon, even if she gave something of value.
I mean, he clearly should not, and we should all say it's crazy that he can't just come out and definitively, quickly say, no, I'm not going to pardon the PDF sex ring lady. But with Trump's histories of pardons, literally anything on the table, and it's not even surprising that this is being questioned. He's pardoned those who conspired with Russian spies to hack our election. He pardoned white nationalists. He pardoned $1 million scammers. He pardoned people who beat cops. He's in the Epstein list himself. We know he'll do anything to save his reputation. So if you ask me, him pardoning someone who took part in the Epstein shenanigans is likely at this point. Maybe not definite, but definitely likely.